Hi, Everett. I think it would be best if you got divorced with my daughter. This is Stella's father, the person you exchanged contacts with today when you visited to ask permission for the wedding.
Oh, thanks for today's rough welcome. I didn't expect to be punched in the face and thrown out in the middle of my introduction. Did I do something to offend you?
Well, I guess you could call it an offense. Everett, I heard that you were the CEO of a company and couldn't help but be impressed, especially considering you're so young. But then I heard about your academic background, and the positive image I had of you vanished in an instant. Did you not notice?
What about my academic background?
You said you graduated middle school and immediately found a job, right? You seriously didn't even graduate high school?
Well, yes. My father passed away when I was young, so we didn't have any money. I decided to get a job instead of going to high school since I have two younger siblings, a brother and a sister.
I see. Well, while I do feel bad for the environment you grew up in, this is still a different matter. You're 31, right?
Yes.
It's already enough reason to worry that the top of the company is so young, but the fact that he also never graduated high school, you know?
What is it if I didn't graduate high school?
It must not be any company of worth if the CEO is a middle school graduate. It was a real estate company, right? But in reality, your company is probably just a land shark, right? I can't help but be suspicious if the CEO of the company is a middle school graduate.
Our company does business fair and square. The reason I was chosen to be CEO is because our predecessors put a lot of effort in training the younger generation of employees. So it was decided that someone around my age would become the next CEO. There's nothing suspicious about it. I believe that you can rest assured about this fact.
Fine, I don't care. I'm still going to have you cancel the marriage with Stella.
And for what reason, may I ask? Everything you said up until now is completely unfair. At least give me a satisfactory answer.
You really are quite stubborn. Fine, I'll explain it to you in clear terms. Our family has been one of the biggest landowners in the area for generations. Unlike me, the head of this family, you, the middle school graduate, are just a filthy member of the bourgeoisie. There's no way I, a descendant of nobles, am going to let my daughter marry a swine like you. I'm not going to give you my daughter.
I see. Please let me talk to Stella first. Only then will I give you my answer.
Everett, you said you wanted to talk to me?
Stella, your father is opposing our marriage.
Yep, I was sitting next to him, so I saw the conversation you two had.
Then I want to hear what you think about it. What are we going to do about our marriage?
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to cancel it.
What?
I talked to my father and realized what he was saying was true. Everyone in my family has graduated university, and even if you are the CEO of a company, there's no way I can marry someone who didn't even go to high school. My father says he'll arrange a meeting for me with someone from an elite university. Besides, marrying someone like me, the daughter of a wealthy landowner, should be extremely attractive for men. Why should I marry a middle school graduate if that's the case? Anyways, that's the deal. I'm sorry.
I see. I understand. I've been insulted for being a middle school graduate many times in my life. Now I realize that you're just on the same level as them.
Huh?
All the love I had for you just disappeared after reading what you had to say to me. Thanks for showing me your true self before we got married. Goodbye.
Well, that settles it, I guess. You'll probably find the right woman for you someday. As long as you don't try going after the daughter of a high-class family like Stella, despite having no academic background, that is. Knowing your place is important, you know?
I'm going to ask one more time just to be sure. You're sure you want to cancel the marriage?
Of course I'm sure. Just the fact that I live in the same town with you, a middle school graduate doing shady business, is enough to make me feel uneasy. Now that I set my eye on you, it'll probably be difficult for you to continue your business in town, let alone continue living here. Get out of this town as soon as possible.
I accept the marriage cancellation, but I'm not going to leave this town, and neither am I going to stop doing business here.
Huh? What did you just say to me?
We should hire a lawyer to take care of the official paperwork involved in the marriage cancellation. I'll be asking for an alimony as well, though.
An alimony? What are you talking about?
Yes, an alimony for canceling the marriage and for punching me in the face.
Huh?
I already went through the hassle of going to the doctor and getting a certificate of diagnosis. If you don't agree with paying an alimony, I'm considering filing a police report. I kindly ask for your understanding.
So that's how you're going to move.
Goodbye then.
Hey Everett, I changed my mind. I'll let you marry my daughter.
Huh? Why the sudden change of heart? And to think that the marriage cancellation you insisted on was just made official yesterday. Did something happen?
My, Everett. Quite the devil, aren't we? Just yesterday, I went drinking with some friends who are also landowners when they told me about the work you do. My, was I surprised. Your company is a major real estate company that owns a ton of property in the capital, right? They're also helping in the development of my hometown, I heard. Why didn't you tell me sooner? You have to tell me such things, otherwise I won't understand. If I become related to you, someone who is quickly gaining popularity in this town, then my family is sure to gain some recognition as well. Which is why I'll give you a gift. I'll let you buy some of the land I own for a cheap price, on the condition that you'll marry Stella, of course. Do we have a deal, son? You should be delighted about the opportunity to buy extra land for cheap as someone in the real estate business, right? All you have to do is marry Stella, and all this land is yours. I'm sure you don't get deals as good as this often.
I don't want neither your land nor Stella.
What? Are you just going to let this wonderful opportunity to gain connections and land at the same time go to waste?
The marriage cancellation's already been made official, and I have no intention of going back. And as for the purchase of your land, you're talking about the mountain and fields near your house, right?
Yes? What of it? I'm saying that I'll let you buy that huge amount of land for cheap. Don't you feel the least bit grateful?
To be honest, that land is basically of no value. It's not worth whatever price you put on it.
Huh?
Even if I were to put a price on it and buy it from you, it would just be a swath of useless land that wouldn't serve any purpose.
Useless?
Things would be different if there was some sort of plans for development in the nearby area that would give it additional value in the future. But as it stands, there aren't any plans currently in place. From the point of view of the company, the cons of buying your land outweigh the pros. I'm sorry, but I'm not interested in your land.
But my land, the land of my ancestors, you're telling me it's of no value?
Yes. Now, are we done here? Like I already told you before, the marriage cancellation has already been made official, so there's no reason for us to converse further.
Wait, hold on.
If there's anything else, please talk to my lawyer.
Everett!
Everett, there's something I want to talk to you about.
Huh? Stella?
I want you to take back the marriage cancellation.
What? Hasn't it already been several months since we canceled our marriage? Why are you suddenly bringing this up again?
My father was scammed.
Huh?
You know how you told my father how the land he owned was useless and of no value? He went into shock after he heard this news, and right after was approached by someone saying that he was selling land that would increase in value in the future for cheap. Dad was fooled by his eloquent speech and gave him money, but in reality, this land never existed.
Meaning that it was a scam.
Yes, which is why I want you to take back the marriage cancellation.
Huh? I do feel bad for your dad getting scammed, but how does that connect to me taking back the marriage cancellation? Don't tell me that it was my fault because he went in shock.
We don't have any money.
Huh?
My father went out of his way since he wanted land that was valuable and ultimately ended up getting scammed. We can barely get by with the money we have left. My mother left as well, since she had enough with my father. I can't talk to my father anymore as well, since he's completely broken down. I don't want to live like this anymore. I don't want to live like a poor person. But if I married you, the CEO of a major real estate company who makes a lot of money...
Stop right there.
Huh?
No matter what you say, I have no intention in getting back together with you.
What? Why not? I'm the daughter of a major landowner and have a great academic background. Men should be begging to marry me.
I earn enough money to make a living without any of your fancy titles. Besides, I find it hard to believe that men should be begging to marry you when you don't have any money and are barely making a living. Don't you realize you're contradicting yourself? You see, if I still had any sort of feelings for you, I might have decided to have done something about your situation. But the very thing that made those feelings vanish without a trace were the insults you gave me when you decided to side with your father. I honestly don't understand what kind of nerve you must have to just act like that never happened and ask me for help. Don't you at least have any sort of pride?
Don't say things like that.
Well then, farewell.
I accept that what I said to you back then was wrong, and I take it all back. I was only being pushed by my father to say those things. I never really meant it. I've always loved you, Everett. Please, give me another chance. Everett? It says these messages are unread. Wait, did you block me?
Regarding the real estate scam Stella's dad fell victim to, I have nothing to say but that I feel bad for him. Apparently, this fraud organization was arrested 1 year later, but according to a mutual acquaintance, Stella and her father are still living in poverty, which means that the money Stella's dad was scammed of probably didn't return. And given the situation, Stella, who was forced to take care of her father who had broken down and had turned into an alcoholic, is now drowning in huge amounts of debt. There are rumors that she's turned to doing some shady business to earn the money the two need to get by. Well, since I already received the alimony I asked from her, and now have a girlfriend I'm planning to marry, I think it's time to let this story come to an end. Besides, I have no duty to help the father and daughter who insulted me so much.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hi, Ron. Would you like to go out for dinner after work today? I'd be even happier if you got a reservation at a restaurant with a view.
Miss Cross?
Please, call me Pam.
I'm sorry, but I have a meeting with our branch overseas at night today. I have to stay after work since there's a time difference. Not only that, but I'm trying not to go drinking or eating with other women. It's no use no matter how many times you invite me.
What? How many times have you turned me down like this until now? Let's just try and go out once, okay?
I need to get back to work, so goodbye.
Ron, come on.
Hi, Claire. I'm finally done with work.
Must have been a hard day.
Sorry about today. I was planning on having dinner at your apartment after work today, but...
It's all right. Don't worry about it. Still, though, this overtime came out of nowhere.
Yep, it was suddenly decided that we would have a meeting with our overseas branch. There was a time difference as well, so it was a mess.
Make sure to get some rest, all right?
Yeah, thanks.
So, are you going to go straight home today?
Yep. We're going to discuss the wedding ceremony with the planners tomorrow, so I should probably get some sleep.
Yeah, I'll take a bath and go to bed early as well.
All right, see you tomorrow.
Yep, see you tomorrow.
Good night.
Good night. Hi, Claire. You probably still have no boyfriend because you're so ugly, right? Oh, it's you again, Pam. What do you mean it's you again? I've told you this 1,000 times. I cut ties with you and everyone else in my family once I graduated high school and was kicked out of home. Haven't you noticed that just because you got my new phone number from my friends who didn't know what happened doesn't mean I'm gladly welcoming your texts? Of course! That's why I'm texting you. I don't know what's funny about this, but I'm no longer the girl you knew who was always tense and scared of what her family thought. Even if you insult me like you used to back home, I just don't care what you have to say anymore. Huh? If that's fine with you, then all right. I'll reply to your texts, but I think we'll just be wasting each other's time. It'd just be a bother, really. Huh? What's with the attitude? You're just a failure that was never loved by Mom and Dad. Yes, but Aunt and her husband adopted me and treated me like I was their own daughter, so it doesn't really bother me. What? What's your deal? You've never even had a boyfriend. But I do have a boyfriend. What? There's something I need to take care of now. Bye. Hey, you really surprised me. There's no way an ugly woman like you could ever get a boyfriend. You're lying. I, on the other hand, am on good terms with the son of a CEO. I can't quite take our relationship to the next step, which is a bit bothersome, though. But this is without a doubt proof that I'm important to him. The way he's so stoic and strict is a sign that he's going to be a good husband once we get married. So there's no need to worry. I want to be the wife of a CEO so bad. Hi, Ron. What's the meaning of this?
What is it, Miss Cross?
The invitation to your wedding ceremony that you are handing out to everyone in the department? Why did you give one to me as well?
I thought that it was my responsibility as a son of the CEO, and as the person who's going to be the CEO after my dad. My fiancé agreed to it as well, so it was decided that I would invite everyone in the company to our wedding reception. Of course, I'm not forcing anyone to come, and it won't affect your standing at work either, so it's fine if you don't go.
That's not what I'm talking about. What do you mean you're getting married? I thought I was your girlfriend.
What are you talking about? I don't remember you ever being my girlfriend, and I turned down all your invitations to dinner. I told you that I wanted you to stop as well.
But that's because I was important to you, right?
To be honest, I don't remember doing anything that might have given you the idea that I was interested in you. I've been going out with my fiancé ever since university.
What?
It's been almost 10 years, but even if we did have a few fights, we've gotten along. I think that I was loyal to her in my own way during that time. I don't think that's going to change once we get married, but if you're going to spread strange rumors, whether outside the office or in it, then I'm going to have to intervene where I have to. Please stop making any more trouble.
But... Hold on. What's the meaning of this? Why are you at this wedding? This is supposed to be Ron's wedding, right? I get it now. You're trying to take over the wedding, right? I can't believe this. There's no way he'd marry an ugly hag like you. It's no use trying to seduce the groom when he's the son of a CEO. The only person who's allowed to destroy this wedding is his true lover, me. I'm the one who's going to stand next to him wearing a wedding dress. I won't let you bother us. I'll kick you out no matter what. That's what you get. I pulled you all the way outside of the venue. I came up with it on the fly, but me rubbing balls of dirt I made from the flower bed was effective as well. That was so fun. No, not only can you no longer enter the venue, but you won't be able to show yourself to Ron. That was you, Pam? Yep. Did you not notice because I had gotten so much prettier? I can vaguely recognize you, but I was surprised because the evil determination on your face was so evident. What? I just told Ron what you did to me. Huh? So what if you told him? He's not going to help someone like you even if you did. On the other hand, he is going to treat me like a hero now for saving his wedding. There's no way a hag like you could ever be a bride. Oh my, this might be my chance. Pam, did you read the names of the bride and groom on the wedding invitation? What?
Miss Cross, what are you doing to my bride? I just got to Claire. She was covered in dirt. This is horrible.
What's going on?
Claire told you, right? Look at the names of the bride and groom on the wedding.
Okay. What? Is this my sister? Huh? My sister's name is written as the bride's name.
Claire's last name changed because she was adopted by her aunt. But it seems that you met your aunt now and then as well, so you must know her last name was Nelson, right? Did you not think anything when you saw Claire Nelson?
I didn't look at the invitation properly.
Huh?
I didn't want to look at the bride's name since it would make me feel like I had lost. I didn't want to know the name of the person who stood in my way of becoming a celebrity wife. How should I have known that the wife of Ron, who's so high-spec'd, is my ugly failure of a sister?
I don't appreciate you insulting my fiancé like that, but...
Oh no, it's just that...
But Claire says that isn't the problem, so I'll pretend I didn't hear it. You understand now though, right? My fiancée, Claire, is your sister.
That's impossible. Why am I being fired?
Did you receive a notice from HR saying that they would process it as your voluntary resignation out of pity?
But all I did was rub some dirt on my sister's head.
You're lucky Claire didn't file a complaint against you. It would normally have been considered as assault, apparently. To tell you the truth, I was worried about what you might do at the day of the wedding. But you managed to slip by unnoticed and sneak into the bride's waiting room. There's a male employee that helped you during this, right?
There was no such person.
This male employee told me everything. He regretted his actions and voluntarily quit. You used your body to make him do what you said, right?
My only feelings are those I have toward you.
I talked to your parents about this.
What? Mom and Dad? What did they tell you?
I told them that I wouldn't file a complaint and let you off with a standard alimony if they accepted one condition.
Mom and Dad help me? It must be because they love me so much. Because unlike Claire, who is an ugly good-for-nothing, I was pretty and talented.
I don't know whether you would call this saving you, but...
So? What conditions did you give them?
Firstly, you three would erase all the contact information you have of Claire, and that you would never bother her again.
Oh, that much is nothing. Who cares if I can no longer see Claire? I'd gladly accept those conditions.
Secondly, the three of you will move somewhere far away.
Huh? What? You're telling me to move? That means I won't be able to see you anymore. And Dad's company doesn't have a relocation system, which means that Dad will have to quit his job as well.
This isn't my problem. If you don't like the conditions, then I'll file a complaint. You'll probably get a criminal record if you don't accept.
I don't want that.
Then you'll have to do what I say.
This is so unfair. All I wanted was to marry you and become the wife of a CEO. To think that my sister would steal that from me.
She didn't steal me from you. All you did was cause trouble on your own. You haven't even reached the starting point.
But we were in love.
No, we weren't. You were just being delusional this whole time. Well then, I doubt we'll ever meet again, but...
Wait, Ron! Think this through. I could be a much better wife than Claire could ever be.
Don't ever show yourself to me or Claire ever again.
Ron, please!
Goodbye. The wedding ceremony was successfully held thanks to the work of the staff. We turned in our marriage papers as well that day. We wrote Claire's aunt and her husband's names as our guarantors, since they had shown up to the wedding as Claire's parents. The alimony I asked from Miss Cross was also paid. Apparently, they got the money by selling their house that was already 80 years old. According to Claire, her former parents loved Pam so much that they probably spent a fortune on her and so couldn't save up for their retirement. For now, it seemed that they're going to live off Pam's father's retirement money. But it was revealed that her parents were actually in debt. Pam was forced to help in paying back the debt, and so she now works multiple part-time jobs nonstop. Apparently, one of these jobs is working at a brothel. Why am I not surprised? After all, she did get one of the male employees at the wedding to do what she said by selling him her body. Anyways, Pam was able to pay back their debt quicker than anyone would have guessed, since apparently her job at the brothel actually paid pretty well. She now spends every day more or less in the same manner, work a few hours during the day, and work a few more hours at night at the brothel. Apart from losing a few friends after the incident, things more or less seem to have worked out for her.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Mona, you're already late for the wedding. Did something happen? Reply to my text if you're all right.
Hi, Nicholas.
Oh, Mona, is everything all right? I was worried because you wouldn't answer my texts, even though today's our wedding.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Let's cancel today's wedding.
What?
Sorry, I'm not going to go to the wedding anymore.
Do you mean that you want to delay the wedding to a later date?
No, I meant that I don't want to have a wedding anymore, which means that I'm canceling our marriage.
What? Why are you telling me this on the day of the wedding?
It's not my fault. I met him on the day before my life was going to change, the night before our wedding.
Him? You mean that there's another guy?
Oh, I don't want you to misunderstand, but I only started having a relationship with him since last night. It's fine if you need to ask me to pay an alimony, but don't be so shallow as to ask for a huge amount of money just because you're mad.
No matter, just come to the wedding. We need to talk this through in person, not by text.
What? But I don't want to. That's what you're telling me, but in truth, you're planning on doing something crazy like holding me captive and making me sign the marriage papers, right?
I'm not gonna do anything of the sort. If all we were was boyfriend and girlfriend, then it might be enough to agree to break up. But as it stands, we're engaged to each other. Today was even supposed to be our wedding. It's not enough to just agree to break up.
You're just making a big deal out of this, Nicholas. You're at the wedding venue right now. All you have to do is tell everyone that the wedding is cancelled because we broke up. You're making everything so complicated.
I'm not overcomplicating things. You're just taking this too lightly. Besides, who did you cheat on me with anyways? Is it someone I know?
Oh, maybe you do know him.
Who is it?
Do you know Alfred Bird?
Alfred Bird?
Oh, so you do know him.
He's the CEO of the company I used to work at 5 years ago, before I changed jobs.
I see, so that's how you know him. But this just proves that he's much more high-spec than you are. Decided to break up with you and go out with him instead was a wonderful choice.
Is that so? Then fine. Let's break up.
Thanks.
But I understand that you want to break up with me, but you're gonna regret this, you know.
Why would I regret this? I mean, he's the CEO of a company and he's so much more high-spec than you are. What reason would I have to regret it?
Is that so? I'm going to be contacting you in one form or another at a later date to discuss the various procedures and monetary details we have to go through if we're going to cancel the wedding ceremony and the marriage.
What?
I think I'm going to be hiring a lawyer for this.
A lawyer?
I ask for your cooperation.
Hey, wait a minute.
Bye then, Mona.
Hey! Nicholas? Nicholas!
will you stop that? What are you thinking sending me like 200 texts?
You knew about this? Did you know that Alfred had a wife and children?
Of course I knew. By the way, the reason he's the CEO now is because he married the daughter of the previous CEO, who is now a member of the board of executives.
Does that mean that if he divorces his current wife and he's no longer going to be CEO?
Probably, yeah. I mean, if he was a good CEO, then he'd probably keep his job, even if he did get divorced, but I doubt the board is gonna let someone who just cheats on his wife remain in his position. I guess it's almost 100% chance that he loses his job.
No way! But then that means getting into a relationship with him was pointless.
And?
What?
What's your purpose in telling this to me?
What do you mean purpose? If you had told me earlier Alfred had a wife and children, this would have never happened.
What? You expected me to tell you after I just found out that you cheated on me with Alfred Bird. I had other things on my mind.
But...
The person who cheats on their partner gets what they deserve. Even if you did never know he had a wife, it's still your responsibility. It's no use complaining to me about it. I'm currently busy talking to a lawyer about what to do about this situation.
Wait, Nicholas?
Bye. What is it now? Will you please stop doing that?
Help me!
Huh?
People are hating on me.
Oh, you mean on your Facebook, your friends are bashing you for what you did, right? Yesterday, even though it was the day of the wedding, you posted a bunch of pictures of you and Alfred on your Facebook page, right? You even said something like, I met the high-spec boyfriend of my dreams, so today's wedding's cancelled. This is the beginning of a new love story. And there's no way some random office worker can marry me, because now I'm a gorgeous, luxurious celebrity who's loved by a CEO.
You saw it? You don't do Facebook, right? My account is also locked, so only friends can see my page.
One of your friends sent me a picture with your posts.
Seriously?
Looks like you're getting quite the bashing. Cheater, asshole, slut, no shame, inhuman. Some of them even told you to give back their wedding gifts, right?
You even saw that?
Yeah, the pictures with Alfred you posted on your Facebook page and everything related to it is all likely to become proof that you cheated on me. I asked a friend for her cooperation to take a screenshot of everything.
Stop it! It's no use doing something like that to someone you're going to be reunited with, isn't it?
What?
You see, I texted Alfred earlier that I wanted to break up with him, and he agreed to my proposal. Now we can get back together as if nothing ever happened. Then I can post on my Facebook page that the wedding is cancelled anymore. But only delayed, right? Then everyone will probably forgive me.
There's no way your friends are gonna forgive you.
Huh?
I have no intention of getting back together with you. And the hate you brought on yourself is entirely your responsibility. You brought it on yourself. Don't involve me in this. We already broke up. Don't cause me any more problems.
But Nicholas... Nicholas!
These notifications are such a pain in the ass. What is it?
I'm being asked to pay an alimony to Alfred's wife.
What?
I didn't know he had a wife. It's not fair for her to ask me to pay an alimony.
Oh, I think that's the alimony you have to pay for defaming Alfred's wife.
What? What do you mean, defamation?
I heard that during yesterday's commotion on your Facebook page, you tried to calm everyone down by explaining your actions, but it ended up having the opposite effect and made everyone even more angry. I heard from one of your friends that you insulted Alfred's wife during this explanation of yours.
But only my friends can see my Facebook page. How did Alfred's wife find out about this?
What? You seriously don't know who Alfred's wife is yet?
What is it?
Alfred's wife is Carol, the person we used to go to university with. After she graduated university, she went on to work at her father's company. That's where she fell in love with Alfred. It's workplace romance, apparently.
Are you serious? What are the chances of something like this happening?
You've been connected on Facebook with Carol since university, right? No wonder she found out so soon. She must have been shocked when she checked her Facebook feed and saw a picture of you and her husband yesterday, which was supposed to be the day of your wedding. Wonder what she thought when she read what you had to say.
No way!
By the way, I'm not an expert in such matters, but don't people have to provide an explanation as why they're asking for an alimony when they ask someone for an alimony? Didn't you get some sort of explanation that came with the notice?
Well, I guess there was an explanation. There was a sort of letter that came with it, you see? There was a bunch of jibber-jabber written on it. But I didn't have Carol in mind at that time, so I just panicked and none of it really entered my head. So maybe everything was written on that letter. I don't get any of this.
Yeah, I don't get any of this either.
What do you mean by that?
I don't really see the point in you telling me all this. I'm begging you, stop contacting me and figure things out with the people involved, because I'm not one of them. You're being a pain in the ass.
Hey, Nicholas, what is the money you're making me pay? What do you mean $50,000? This amount of money just for the alimony of a marriage cancellation is too much no matter how you look at it.
So you're contacting me again without fully understanding the situation.
What?
That money isn't just the alimony for the marriage cancellation. It also includes the cancellation fee for the wedding ceremony and the cancellation fee for the honeymoon we had planned as well.
Huh? I'm paying for it even though it was cancelled?
Of course you are. Everything was already prepared at the wedding ceremony. You just suddenly canceled on the day of the wedding. That's why they're making you pay the full price, since it was only canceled because of you in the first place.
No way!
I'm going to tell you this, so you know, that this is something that your parents decided.
What?
I don't know how much they told you, but apparently they're going to make you pay for as much as possible, and your father is going to pay for the rest. The remaining amount, the one your father paid, will be your debt to him, and he said he's going to make you pay for all of it, no matter what.
What? Hold on, it's $50,000, right? I have to pay Carol money as well. That amount of money?
Talk to your parents about it, not me. I don't care where the money comes from as long as everything's paid for.
What do you mean you don't care? You're so mean. Try to put yourself in my shoes. Taking a debt is serious even if it's from your parents.
Didn't I already tell you this before? The person who cheats gets what they deserve, whether they asked for it or not.
But...
Well then, I think it's time for me to block you.
Huh?
I only didn't block you until now simply because I didn't want to lose contact with you before I could send my lawyer.
Nicholas?
That being said, please talk to my lawyer from now on. I'm blocking you now. Goodbye.
Nicholas!
Just like that, I was finally free from the storm of notifications Mona kept sending me. Thank God. I got the alimony I asked from Alfred as well, so I'm done with him as well. Right after the incident, Carol divorced Alfred and he lost his position as CEO as well. Apparently they allowed him to have a job as a regular employee at the customer support department, so that he can pay for his children's child support. As for Mona, I was worried she would try to barge into my house, but it seems her parents were keeping an eye on her, so nothing in particular has happened. They did this and that, and at the end of the day it was decided that she would work at a construction company based far away and live at a company-owned dormitory. Her parents told me that it's a place that has strict surveillance of its employees, so she's sure not to bother you again. Seems like I can finally go back to my old, peaceful life.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.